Hi and welcome back. If you weren't aware, the patch notes for Brimstone Sands has actually dropped and there's some huge changes. If you're someone who has waited for Brimstone to land before you do anything in terms of leveling, you are the smartest person on the planet because there's some huge changes. In terms of quality of life, the character leveling has been greatly reduced. After level 20 it'll be even easier to level up to 45 and then up to 60 even more. Now, faction mission rewards have been increased by 125%. Gathering XP rewards have been increased by 200%, so this means you're going to get aptitudes a lot quicker than you were before. Gathering trade skills, XP rewards have been increased by 125%. Encryption portals, XP rewards have been increased by 150%. I think that's because a lot of portals basically just sit. Not a lot of people do them, especially in the server that I'm on. It's just something that no one really takes any notice of, but I think now they'll probably use this as a quick, easy way to level. In terms of mechanics, added an equip load driven delay before a target can start running after being hit by a melee attack. Light equipment has a 1.5 second delay, reduced from 1.75. Medium equip is 1 second, reduced from 1.75, and heavy is 0.5%, reduced from 1.75. Light and medium dodge transition reduced by 20% while delay is active, reduced the recovery of the block break reaction from 50 frames to 30 frames to make block breaks less penalising. Fixed an issue that caused blocks hits to activate equipment load run delay. So these are things you have to think about when it comes to your mechanics. You will be activating a lot quicker than before. For Outpost Rush and PvP arenas, there's a main change here in effect. In an effort to help gameplay balance, if you have an item below 600 when you enter Outpost Rush or the PvP arena, your item will have its gear score raised to 600 for the duration of the mode. Now, do not think you're going to walk in and become Arnold Schwarzenegger when you go into this event, the PvP arenas or the Outpost Rush. People will still be of a much higher level and probably own you quite quickly. It's just to give you more of a close to level playing field, so if you're last hitting people and stuff, it's going to give you a bit more fun than walking in at say 560 and getting absolutely smashed to bits. You'll now last probably about 3 seconds longer than before, but it's just something to bear in mind. If you're doing like a PvP arena with friends, etc., then you could still be the little sheep in the corner who's taking all the damage for them. Now, some big things in Terrace Ownership. We knew there was things going to be changing, but I think a big thing for me is locked all taxes for territories. Housing tax is 1%, crafting is 0.5%, refining tax is 0.5%, and trade tax is 2.5%. We had it on our server where some companies were just going wild with this, so this is a massive welcome in my opinion. It was just getting out of hand to the point where I stopped actually selling on the market. It was just becoming a pointless exercise because you were losing so much from it. But you'll see the ownership of the territories has all changed as well. You can look through the full patch notes. I think someone put like an Excel document up for everyone to look at as well, so they can exactly see all the changes and how it's got increment between each of the towns. Moving on to gear, and there's actually quite a significant one here. Named items received from Outpost Rush can now go from epic to legendary upon expertise of 600 gear score. This means that you can save a bit of gold, especially if you're in early 60 and you're just trying to work your way through. Like me, I kept the same legendary kit, which was okay, it got me by until I decided A, which role I was finally going to do, and B, for new updates to come through where new equipment was possibly going to be available for me to get. Now, on top of that, they've added new obtainable gear to elite points of interest. You can see them there. The whole link to all these changes will be put down in the description as well, so you can go and read it thoroughly. I'm just picking out the best points that I think are being made from it, for definite. Outpost Rush reward chest now has a guaranteed chance to give an expertise bump, so if you've got any items that are lower, this could be beneficial for you because it means you're going to get your expertise up on certain items if they are lacking in score. Now, there's been some major changes to gathering. Most notable, Ironwood is now level 150, which was 175. That last little 25 levels was a bit of a pain, and it was something I was still working on, but obviously now with the gathering buffs as well, which we mentioned earlier, and it now lowering, ironwood is going to become even harder to get, so you have to bear that in mind. It was already quite sparse for a lot of people who focused on logging, so you're going to have to compete even more with people. With mining, sandstone is down to 105, Brimstone at 130, lodestone is now 75, was 105, Oxclum ore is 150, was 175. Again, like ironwood, that was hard enough to get as it was, so there's going to be a massive opening for more people to get that. So added aloe gel, that's something that's come in with the cactus, so bear that in mind when you get it, because a lot of people will be going for that. Wildfire is now 150, was 175. So based on the PCR feedback, we could prize level buckets for skinning trade skills from 16 down to 4. This substantially expands the availability of creatures for players. Trade skill level 0 to 49 can skin animals up to level 30. Trade skills 50 to 99 can skin animals up to level 45. 1 to 149 can skin animals up to level 60. And 150 sorry, can skin animals up to level 67. So some massive changes in the terms of what you can do. So if you couldn't do certain activities, you may be able to do them after the update. And for people who were hard focusing on those, it's going to make a big shift in the economy, because more people will be able to do it. So something to bear in mind if that is your main source of income, especially the ironwood. I think that's going to be a bit of a contentious one, because logging trees is boring as hell, and now that they've dropped it down, people were probably just at that barrier of being able to get there and just gave up. They're probably now going to be able to do it. That is the main things that I picked from the patch notes. Now hopefully the economy doesn't get affected too much, because obviously people are now going to be able to farm a lot of things that they couldn't before. The fluctuation is going to maybe rise, because these things like ironwood are going to be constantly going at, and people will probably feel now, if they've snuck up a level in some gathering and mining, they will maybe look to try and use that as their source of income as well. So it could be a bit aggressive in there, which might not be too bad, because it will drop some prices, but for other people it could be a bit difficult if that is your main source. But thanks for stopping by, and I will definitely catch you in the next one. Keep an eye out, I'm going to be streaming Brimstone stands when it drops tonight, and throughout the patch all the way up until the fresh start servers, and we might do something with the fresh start servers. I'm not sure yet, haven't decided if I can be bothered doing all the scoring again, but we'll see. Just went by, and I'll catch you next one.